Topping off our morning rush, fire investigators will start looking into what sparked a massive fire inside a Walmart in Edgewood. Santa Fe County Fire responded around 8 p.m. No official word on how the fire sparked and where. Officials say no one was hurt. We're expecting an update later on today.
A proposed rule change from the FAA aims to require balloon pilots to hold a valid second-class medical certificate. Now, in 2 deadly balloon crashes, toxicology reports show that drugs were present in the pilot's systems. One local pilot wants drug testing to be part of that proposed change. The FAA will now publish the draft rule in the Federal Register this month.
We've learned the identity of the man shot to death in northeast Albuquerque. APD says 19-year-old Joseph Morales was found in a crashed car along Dallas and Copper with gunshot wounds. Officers responded around 4:30 Saturday morning. Police say he was dead when they arrived.
A Bloomfield father is facing child abuse charges after his daughter was found to have more than 24 broken bones and a cut to her throat. On October 24th, Bloomfield police were called to a home because a 2-month-old girl was not breathing. The girl was then rushed to UNM Hospital. Now, so far, only Joseph Bresch appears to be charged with first-degree felony child abuse. Madison.
We're going to get pretty warm today, but more changes are on the way. Strong winds will be making a comeback tomorrow, bringing in another cold front midweek that'll cool us down to a more fall-like feel.
PNM is now seeking approval from the Public Regulations Committee to move ahead with its request to merge with an out-of-state company. Connecticut-based Avangrid wants to buy PNM with a $4.3 billion deal. They're promising $10 million in economic development and a total of $300 million in economic impact.
PNM is beginning to inspect power lines in New Mexico from the air. The company hired engineers to look over its infrastructure ahead of the wildfire season, gathering some valuable information to help protect against future wildfires. PNM launched a helicopter near the South Valley yesterday to conduct those aerial inspections.
Closing arguments in the Rittenhouse murder trial are set to begin today. Jurors will soon decide the case of the 18-year-old who is accused of killing 2 people and wounding a third with a rifle last year at a protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin. If he's convicted, Rittenhouse could face a maximum sentence of life in prison. Madison.
The heat is the big threat today as areas often to the eastern part of the state and some places closer to the metro are close to breaking some heat records today and tomorrow.
A southeastern New Mexico City has recently voted toward taking a new step in looking for another source of water. The Eunice City Council voted to have a Hobbs-based engineering firm continue studying the benefits of building a desalination plant. This would take minerals out of water, making it potable.
Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham is attending today's signing of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. The bill gives a $1 trillion boost to repair the country's infrastructure. New Mexico is set to receive $3.7 billion in funding from that bill.
A New Mexico landmark is celebrating a big anniversary this year. 200 years ago, the first group of American businessmen arrived in Santa Fe on the Santa Fe Trail to sell their goods. The anniversary was commemorated during an event yesterday.
Albuquerque residents are already getting a head start on their holiday shopping. More than 40 local vendors were at the holiday market near Osuna and Eubank yesterday. They were selling everything from clothing, ornaments, and one of the vendors says the events are important now more than ever. They also say they had a really good turnout.
All right, let's get a look at that morning drive right now. We are experiencing a slowdown on I-40 eastbound between 6th and 12th Street. That's going to be a busy area coming up here. You're taking a live look at how it's looking. That's tracker going east on I-40 near 6th. There is a considerable slowdown right now for just before 7 in the morning, so give yourself a lot of time to get out there.
Finally, for you this morning rush, a California black bear trapped in a tree for hours yesterday is said to be back in its habitat this morning, according to the North Bay Animal Services. Reports state that the bear had climbed a tree early Sunday morning that left this California neighborhood a little shooken up. Fortunately, the bear was able to get down on its own.
Yeah, so again, a testament to the strength of the trees right there to support a 400-pound beast up in the limbs. But and you got to imagine, I mean, how scared was the bear to be climbing that high and be like, I want to get away from everybody. I just came in for a snack. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it's like I took a left turn instead of a right.
At Albuquerque.
I'll be heading back out.
On this day in 1961, a powerful winter storm dropped several inches and even a couple feet in some areas across southern and eastern New Mexico. Hunters in isolated mountain areas were caught off guard, prompting rescue efforts by the National Guard and state police. Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, Albuquerque residents are getting their head start on holiday shopping. More than 40 local vendors. They were at the holiday market near Osuna and Eubank yesterday, selling everything from clothing to ornaments.
Number 4, the general public will now have 60 days to comment on a proposed rule change from the Federal Aviation Administration tightening requirements for commercial hot air balloon pilots. The proposed rule change would hold commercial hot air balloon pilots at the same standard required for commercial pilots. By holding a valid second-class medical certificate, one local pilot hopes the proposal will include drug testing.
At number 3, today is the calmest day of this week. Despite nearing record highs today and tomorrow, strong winds return tomorrow, bringing in another cold front that will cool us back down.
On to number 2 now. An infant is in a critical condition this morning. Her father facing child abuse charges after she was found to have more than 24 broken bones and a cut to her throat. On October 24th, Bloomfield police were called to a home because of a 2-month-old girl who was not breathing. The girl was rushed to UNM Hospital. Her mother says the girl's father, 34-year-old Joseph Bresch, kept razor blades on him and told police that this happened while she went inside of a store. She also had about 30 broken bones, including fractures in both of her arms. Joseph Bresch appears to be charged with first-degree felony child abuse.
And at number 1, fire investigators will start looking into what sparked a massive fire inside the Walmart in Edgewood. Flames could be seen shooting up from the building from miles away. Santa Fe County Fire responded at around 8 p.m. Now, the crews were seen tackling the fire from above on the roof. There's no word as to how the fire started and where, but officials believe that everyone did get out safely. We are expecting an update later on today.